Oh, yeah. Welcome to another episode of the Tech Preacher Podcast, Uncut, baby. So, in today's episode, I got a special guest, man. This guy here is a movie producer, an actor, and everything else in between. Man, we're going to have some fun with this podcast. I want to bring to the stage a good dear friend of mine. And this is exclusive, y'all. This is the exclusive interview with, this one of the best guys, man, in the industry right now, man, doing smart filming and stuff like that. Heroic Vision, man. Oh,
hey, what's up?
What's going on, man?
How you doing, man? It's good to be back on here.
A privilege getting this exclusive interview with you, man.
It's an honor to be on here, man. I'm telling you. Very happy to be here.
You dropped a 25-minute video movie, and I got it. It's on your channel now, but I got the exclusive to see it before everybody else, and I was impressed. For everybody,
thank you. I appreciate it.
You've been working on this film for a very long time, and And so finally, and this is part one, and it's called Nightmare City.
Yes.
And you've been teasing this movie out for a while.
Yeah, because it's all part of the Knights of Suicide saga.
Yes.
Which is about a group of mercenaries that runs a crooked city ran by a mayor. And it's like a League of Assassins that people, they're called Knights of Suicide because they will kill themselves for the almighty dollar. If you got money, they'll do the job and they'll kill themselves for it. So this is part one of several series.
Okay, so how you get your thought process on making these movies, these films? What is suicide, and what is this, Nightmare City, how do you get this thought process? Because look, you're the producer, you're a great actor, you have, I mean, look, I've been watching your stuff for a while and it's been great,
right?
And you have, actors and actresses and everybody else in between in this thing. So what's your thought process behind this?
Well, I've always liked the old retro crime noir, Blade Runner type of stuff. And I grew up being a comic book fan. I mean, I've collect and read comics even to this day. And, of course, I enjoy all the Marvel DC movies and stuff like that, Netflix series. So I was like, I'm a fan of that genre. I want to put something together, a crime drama, little kind of superhero, not quite, little dark on a little on the dark side, rated R,
of course,
unrated, whatever I want to do, I just wanted to give it a whirl, and IG just kept flowing, and some people saw my past work when I used to do like workout videos and stuff, so it was easy to find actors for free. First time actors, and I was actually coaching them. So I was an acting coach also for these people, first time actors. I was doing it all, man. It's what it is being a one man band. You got to do everything.
Yeah,
everything. Run it all by yourself.
Yeah, and your filming style, right? You don't film with RAID cameras, Lexus, and nothing like that. Your whole filming style is based off of mobile device. Right?
Yeah.
Which, if film people that have, high-end cameras, they watch this series of movies that you drop. No way that they would say, well, this is filmed on a smartphone.
Remember, I used to tell you before that they would question what, in the beginning, they would question, hey, what camera was that? It was like Sony or Canon, and then I would drop it to them. It would be a shock where they would say they'd be full of, you're full of shit, or they'll just start hating out of nowhere. Oh, but you liked it before. Now you're hating on it. It's like, pick which one you want to do.
So by choice, did you want to shoot with mobile devices by choice, or you just felt that mobile devices was a lot easier to film with, or you wanted to show everybody the capability of filming feature films, movie with a smartphone. So what's your thought process with going mobile?
Well, when I first started, all I had was just a phone, and I didn't know that you can, film good video, using manual mode. I didn't even know manual mode exists till, I was watching like Juan Bagnell, like your early videos and stuff like that. And I decided to give it a shot. I was like, this doesn't look too bad. I was like,
Yeah,
you can actually film some good quality content out of it.
I
And then,
I don't know about my channel. My videos suck, man.
no, 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 no. But it's learned. You learn,
Yeah.
and it's like you start experimenting and putting pieces together, and I was putting things together. People thought it was like a real camera after a while. They started to appreciate the audio and things like that. And then I had the opportunity to buy a camera, but I was like, this is fun. You know
Yeah.
what I mean? It's like if I feel like if I get a regular camera, then no one's going to really care. I just be part of the pack, or you're just going to disappear into the millions of other guys using cameras. Like no one's going to care, no one's going to want to look at your video. But when you film something challenging on a phone, it's like,
Mhm.
wait a minute, it tells the average person, like, yeah, you don't have to. If you have something in your pocket, you can actually make some content. I mean, you don't have to go as absolutely insane with building rigs like I do, but you can actually
Right.
produce some quality stuff.
And one of the things that I noticed in all your videos, that pretty much 90% of them is in all low light. So you film
Yes.
a lot in low light. Uh,
Hmm.
and I remember one of the explanation you was telling me about a bridge scene that you did, that you had to shut down the
Yeah.
bridge to film a certain segment. That had to have been pretty scary to do something like that.
Yeah. Yeah. That was my first actual film called Nocturnal, which
Hmm.
Nights of Suicide is kind of loosely linked to. I wanted to film something on a bridge with an actress and a guy in his charger, and it was
Hmm.
kind of like a kidnapping scene. So I had some friends with walkie-talkies. We shut the bridge down.
Ooh.
Yeah, yeah, on Major Road. It was like 10 o'clock at night
Oh
on a,
wow.
on a on a Friday of all things. Everyone's out
Oh
on a Friday. We shut it down, walkie-talkies. Before we did, it was like we rehearsed the lines real quick. It's like, we got one take. We got one take. We do this fast.
yeah. Hmm.
If you forget your lines,
You
just just follow the theme. Make up something. Luckily, what we did. What happens was, I was like, all right, guys, you got your lines. All right. So I got in back of the Charger. The girls set up on the bridge. I got my guys with the lighting, and then I had guys on either side of the bridge drop cones and put their cars there. And I had some guys with emergency lights, and then we shot it, holding up traffic on both sides. We took the Charger running up the bridge, hitting the U-turn. We all came running to the middle of the bridge. We set our lines real quick, whoop, 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 and real fast, and we were done. And
it, you
we
did all
let traffic go, and guess who showed up? Guess who's the police showed up?
the police showed up.
And I said, the police showed up. No one knew about that. Yeah, and I'm gonna tell you now, the police showed up. And I said, oh, I work for we're doing a. He said, what you guys doing? I said, oh, we're doing a practice session for the township on safety and stuff. Crime. On safety and training session for like the fire department. A training session. You got a permit? It's like a. Yeah, yeah, we have one. You see the guys over there. They were all waving, bullshitting at playing the role like they're officials, and they're like, "Hey, how you doing?" They say, "All right, guys, keep it moving." Say, "Yeah, we just finished, man. We just the practice session and everything for the township. Yeah, we're
Wow,
done." And he said, "All right."
you got away with it.
Yeah, it
That's
was scary, man. I may have had to change my underwear, shortly after that, but we all
I mean, look, man.
mind you, those first 4 nights, man, we were all paranoid at home. It's like, you think we're gonna get a phone call? You think somebody gonna pull up to the house? We're like on the lookout.
Right.
But it was worth it.
Yeah, and look,
My
don't
my,
get me
my thing is I don't want to have any regrets. Like I wish I'd done it. You know what
wrong.
I'm saying? I was like, I want to look back. It's like, I could have done it, and I don't want to be that guy who never took a risk. And
So
me, I ain't got no money for no permits, man. It's called guerrilla filmmaking. You go in there, you shoot, you get the hell out. You just
you,
got to
you,
plan it right.
you just got to plan it right.
Run, yeah, run and gun. Yeah, smash and grab. You know what I mean? Home invasion. Home invasion. Get up in there, grab everything, and do it. Yeah, I'm out.
You're right. So let's talk about the devices, because that'll be something that a lot of people ask.
Okay.
Devices. And so, what devices of choice did you use to do these?
Okay. 4 phones. So my primary phone for the main interior scenes, the action scenes, talking head scenes, was the Samsung S23 Ultra. And some of the B cams were Samsung S22 Ultra. Now, all the scenes that you see on the car, on the highway, on the motorcycle, well, it's that phone that no one likes to talk about except for me and you. Yes, the LG V60. Sorry, Savage Scientist. He's probably flipping tables right now, and Sean P. But yeah, the LG V60 is a good crash camera. You know what I'm saying? A car rig, just in case, for the price that you can get on Amazon. If you lose it on the highway, well, you're not going to be too upset. And let's just say on one of the motorcycle scenes where it was doing like 70, 80, when the LG V60s went not bye-bye, went airborne.
Oh, wow.
And, yeah. When you'll see one of the scenes, like the motorcycle is going crazy, there's a lot of shaking, and the rig came loose. The suction cups came loose. And I was behind, because my son was on the motorcycle. He was my stunt man. And it was about 11:30, and I'm following him in a car. And I was like, what the hell is that? I was like, oh shit, that's the camera. I was like, the phone went flying. But it survived because I had a small rig steel cage around it. Wow. It survived. The LG V60 survived 60, 70 miles an hour on the highway.
Wow. That is, that is,
yeah,
crazy. And, one of the things that I noticed, that you have a rig. You got it all rigged out. Matter of fact, behind you.
That's V60's in the way. It's in the shot. I'm sorry. I didn't mean to have it in there. I didn't mean to have the V60 in there.
Look at that. So that is a huge, beautiful rig for everybody that's listening. This is absolutely gorgeous rig. You got it all matte boxed out. You have
tilt to follow focus right here.
Wow.
Tilt to follow focus. Send you can't see. Let me move this a little bit.
Yeah. You got I mean, all of that going into a smartphone.
Let me see. Move my mic out the way.
That is wow.
So Sennheiser MKE 600. Right. These are handles for stabilization. Zoom F3 for 32-bit float. You can see the XLR cable going to the Sennheiser.
Right.
Feel World touchscreen.
Touchscreen, right? Yeah.
This is a Samsung T7 1 terabyte card. And right here is an Anker hub. So, or there's no cables. So the hub will run the F3. The hub will run the Feel World monitor. The hub will connect the portable, external battery, keep the phone charged.
Yeah.
And, external memory.
God.
See all that together. Dang. And, this is on a tripod.
Yeah.
So if I want to.
And for everybody that
unmount. If I want to unmount.
That is so awesome. And for everybody,
this is a chest rig to keep it stable right here. Keep it stable. So,
and what device you have in there right now?
Do I have to say it? Do I have to say it? Do I have to say what phone is in there?
What
I
phone?
think you know a phone in there.
One of my favorites.
And
What?
one, if
What?
the GOAT phone,
The goat phone?
the GOAT phone, you know a phone, you know a phone is one of these.
That's right. That's right. You have more,
Hmm.
and
I have two of these.
one of the things that look, I know I get blasted out about the V60 because everybody, oh my God, you got to get rid of it, got to get rid of it. But I'm gonna tell you how good it is. You know, we talk about this a lot. You know, as far as manual mode and the capability of the device itself is just absolutely phenomenal. Plus, it's cheap. That means
Yeah.
if you break it, $150 you could buy a new one. So
Listen, it flew off a motorcycle. Well, it survived. But you know what? It wasn't my Samsung. I wouldn't put an S23 Ultra or S22 Ultra. You think I'm crazy?
the $1,200,
Yeah.
$1,500 devices. So
Exactly. Flying off a highway. Oh no. See, exactly. That's when those devices come in handy. It's like, okay, if if it did shatter into pieces, well, I'll be all right. Kinda.
So one of the things I people need to understand, and this is what a lot of people always can't believe that you can do that complete rig using a smartphone, and you've proved that so many times. And looking at the image quality when looking at your featured films,
Mhm.
it's absolutely over the top. Like you would never think that you would get that type of image quality off a smartphone because most people would think that you need you need RAID cameras and Alexas and you need high end, you know, featured film
Yeah.
cameras to do that type of stuff. And no, you don't.
You don't even have to go this crazy. You can go simple as this. Look.
Yeah. Oh, okay. Yeah. So
Yeah.
a small
Look,
rig.
this. Yeah. Oh, this is a newer cage with a handle to keep it tight and just for stabilization. You can you can get something great, just like this. You don't have to go. This is nuts. I mean, you don't have to do no crazy shit like that. That's uncalled for. That's uncalled for. But I love doing that, and you know that.
Yeah,
I like
but
building rigs.
the thing about it is it can be done. That's the crazy thing about it. Like,
Yeah.
we talk about this stuff. And the thing about it is we sit up and we talk about how it can be done. And that's the key.
Yeah.
That's the key. I mean, listen.
There's a will. There's a way.
Yeah. We talk about, technology and filming and stuff like that. And I know you just knee deep into it. And man, look, when I watch your movies and stuff like that, one of the things if you watch my video, I be trying to mimic you, man. Because
Oh man.
try that, man. Let me try.
Man.
Let me try it. It's so crazy. So the outfit that you wear with the sword and the helmet.
Oh.
Man,
Oh
where
yeah.
did it come about?
That's my little hybrid of Deathstroke and soldiers and not Deadpool, but it's kind of got that look, but Deathstroke, Deadpool type of mixture. Yeah, Arkham Knights type of deal. I was influenced by that look, but
Yeah.
that character has multiple looking outfits. So as the series goes on, there's going to be different looks and shapes to
Okay.
that character. Yeah,
Well,
so that's not the final. That's different outfit, different types of armor.
right.
So that's one of several.
Well, you definitely doing your thing, man. I really appreciate that. You do a very good job at, I just think about the thought process behind the actors, a small, tiny budget filming, type of
Hmm.
indie filmmaker, and stuff that using smartphones to film a feature film. I mean, that's amazing, man. Like that. You don't have that many people. Like when we watch these keynote addresses from Apple, they always like to show off that hey, everything was filmed on an iPhone, right?
Hmm.
But outside of that, once you get into a real life person that does it for real, that's when you say, "Wow."
This
you can actually
takes some work.
Now,
Takes some work.
a lot of it goes into editing because a lot of that stuff has to be cleaned up. I mean, some stabilization
Hmm.
like that. So, but just the the image quality itself comes out of the devices. You can't really fix that too much, besides color
Right.
grading a little bit. But
Mm-hmm.
everything else, man. I mean, that's the devices itself is doing everything, and that is crazy good.
Yeah, it's very good. Just the editing process. Like I want to look less cell phones. I added some film grain, some halation to it. I wanted to get that grainy 80s look. You can see the imperfections of it. A little bit of noise was added here I wanted to get rid of that ultra sharp, flat,
But
cell phone look.
okay, so check this out, right? A lot of people always look at that low light. Oh, we got to get rid of the grain. You got to get rid of the grain. But in feature movies, they add noise to.
Yeah, they do add noise. Look at the latest Batman movie. It was like grain all over it. Yeah, imperfections. You can see. Yeah.
And I mean, they using high cameras for that. They in post, man, they adding grain, they adding imperfections and stuff. I mean, just because the newer devices have all these high-end sensors and stuff like that to try to give you the better lower light. But if you shooting film and movies, you want to add some of that grain in there to give that good natural look, stuff like that.
One of the craziest grainy movies was from 2007. Look at the Jamie Foxx and Colin Farrell, Miami Vice.
Oh,
if you go in the beginning and look at the night scenes, look at the sky, that shit is pixelated as hell. It's grainy as hell. But that's what he wanted. And I was like, I was questioning. I was like, man, that looks crazy. I was like, I look terrible. Then after a while, it kind of grew on me. But yeah, look at the first 10 minutes of Miami Vice at the night skies and when they're driving. There's a lot of noise and grain that was in there. And the director said he liked that look, that old imperfect look to it. I was like, yeah, I kind of liked it too.
So in the movie, you got the actor, and if you didn't watch the movie, I would leave links and stuff that people that's listening to this podcast, go check it out. We'll leave all the links. But one of the things that I like was you came in the scene, right? Because the guy, after he killed off one of the characters, you came in the scene, and man, one of the things that I like, man, is that when you had this AI stuff going on the screen. Oh my God.
No one saw that coming.
Oh my God, dude! I saw the AI on the screen, and you had it looked like what that movie is with the guy Iron Man. And it was that was, I know it was work. I can imagine that voice to get that voice to get that
work to get it edited. I had to use these Sennheiser 660s for like precise precision, but that was work. But yeah, people like that part because they said they didn't even see it coming. It was like out of nowhere. So all of a sudden, it's like technology came out of nowhere.
Yes.
And it's like, that was like a big surprise, It's like, oh, snap. They even got locked in more into the film.
One of the things I really liked when the movie first came on, you had the different scenes of you pull a drink and you try to get that in at night. The drink is being poured in and stuff like that. Man, listen, man, like for me, I'm looking at those type of details and those different angles and stuff. And I know you had to do take after take after take to get those different angles and stuff like that. And a lot of people don't appreciate the thought process and the mastery that go behind just that one scene, that maybe that 1.5 minutes, that first of the scene when you're pouring a drink and the music give the mood, right? Stuff like that. So a lot of people don't understand the detail behind that, right? Because the music got to go with the mood. Then you have to make sure that you get the ASMR, right, with the drink in the glass.
Sennheiser MKE 600. Yep.
So a lot of people don't understand that. For everybody that's listening, listen, man, I'm a filmmaker. So when I look at these scenes and I look at these different things that we do, I understand it's double takes, triple takes, and quadruple takes. But y'all have to, I just feel that, for indie filmmaker, for a person that doesn't have like these big Hollywood budgets or nothing like that, where you can block off streets and stuff, that was a very good job. The house was great. The death scenes was great. So everything was great. Look, man, I can imagine you know, rehearsal and, you know, people probably have jobs and all that stuff like that.
Oh my God. I only film only on a Friday night
Mm-hmm.
when everyone's available. Friday night only at 7 p.m.
Yeah. See,
That was the only time where people were available, Friday at 7 p.m. So you had to make sure somebody wasn't sick or they didn't have to work overtime or the weather. I mean, the vehicle scenes, I had to make sure the weather, nothing was happening that day. It was like, wow. It took 3 months to put together
3 months.
when you're only filming once a week.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
So this movie was 24 minutes long.
Yeah, 24, 25, yeah.
And it took you how many months to complete this project?
Almost 3 months when you're doing once a week.
Wow.
Yeah. Just getting with the actors in the scheduling. And mind you, none of them acted before. Right. So I wrote the lines and we sat down and we rehearsed and I was coaching line after line after line. I'm telling you, one scene that we'll do like did like 10 takes for one piece of dialogue.
Ooh.
I was like action. Right, do it again. All right, do it again. All right, action. Do the lines. All right, do it again. And like, what the hell are you doing? I was like, it's like we're gonna take 10 takes of the same scene. And then when I get home, I got the biggest job. I have to sit there and look at the same scene 10 times and find out which was the best.
Yeah. So
drop the rest.
You got the clapper and everything, and so
yeah,
that it has to be tiresome, right? Because you have a focus that you want to create this movie in multiple, like you want to create this movie, but you want to have a series, and that's the key. So everything that you're doing in this movie right here, it correlates with the entire series that you making, and that's it's so exciting for it, man.
Mm-hmm. Yep. Yeah. So I got a couple lined up. Oh, let me tell you a secret. So the opening shot that you like so much, you know what phone that was? That was, the opening shot with the drink was done with this.
Oh, man.
Yeah. The rest, besides that, the rest was S23, S22 Ultra, all the talking heads and the action scenes. Mm-hmm. But the opening shot, where I'm talking and drinking and pouring a drink, that was on the V60.
Wow.
Mm-hmm.
And again,
don't hate, guys.
Listen, once again, I want to mention everybody. So 90% of this film, 99% of this film was all low light, which is extremely
I did.
Nice.
I wanted to do that. Yeah, that's the challenge. Yes.
It's the mood, it's the low light, it's the editing, and everything is in between. It just was done. I could feel your vision when you shot this movie, and that was. Mm-hmm. That's why I had to get you on the podcast, because I wanted to get exclusive, man. Because I mean, when I watched it, and look, man, let me ask you a question: did you get any negativity as far as critics after they watched the film? Anybody that kind of say, it was okay? Anybody give you some criticism about the movie?
They wish it was longer. I was like, well, that is. I was like, well, I don't, it's on YouTube and people have shorter attention spans. So I think 25, 30 minutes is at a time will be good enough to hold people before they start losing interest.
Yeah.
So, but everything has been, oh my goodness, it's been great. MC Pro, which I filmed everything on it. Mm-hmm. They really loved it. And I sent them the download and they shared it. Yes. And they was going to, when they said that when they do like tutorials and stuff, they was going to share the video of how to film. I was really honored. So they really loved this one. So that was good enough. Yeah. Beast Grip, where I use a lot of their gear, they took in their shared on their Facebook. So that was like, wow. So just from those two was great. From those two companies.
So I think for me, I look at this is that, when I film my videos, right, I try to tell a story. I try to give a lot of visuals. That's how I want to tell my stories in my videos. And a lot of people, give me praise on how I do my videos, because anybody could turn on the camera and talk. But when you put professionalism in it and you put a movie style in it, that brings things to a different level. And
We have to
so,
do moving parts and audio and stuff like that. It's like a
and
whole different world.
and for me, man, I know we talk about a lot of low light as far as with devices and smartphones. But if you know how to use a smartphone, low light is you could get a great image with old
Hmm.
devices or even the current devices, but older devices in low light.
Yeah. Well, yeah,
It,
them LG V60s were not bad in low light in the videos, people, so I was like,
yeah,
hey.
and yeah, and you know, to a lot of people that say, why wouldn't why wouldn't you film on a professional camera? Because you could get great images on these devices, you know,
And
uh,
it's fun.
and it's fun.
It's fun.
Yeah,
And it's fun. You got a lot of detractors, hating on it. People do hate on smartphone, cameras and stuff, like the old fogies,
yeah,
they don't accept change
yeah,
despite the sensors are getting big. Look at your iPhone 15 Pro Max and the
yeah.
S24 Ultra, although it's the same phone. But anyway, you know what I'm saying? Those who accept change, and I just wanted to show like you can do something. You
Have
can
you?
do something great. Don't let anyone discourage you. Don't
Yes.
let anyone laugh at you.
Have you ever had anybody tell you that you're a professional filmmaker? Why don't you use professional gear? And you do use professional gear, matte boxes
I do.
and stuff like that. So you know, do you have anybody that do express their concerns that you are a professional filmmaker that's using smartphones to get the image quality instead of using real cameras?
They do. And I explained to them, I just wanted to be different from the pack. I wanted to show people something different, maybe new to other people they didn't know about. That, if you have an imagination, you have drive, you're motivated, you can do it with anything, any device that you have. Don't let somebody discourage you. Oh, I got you know a Sony 12K camera. You know what I mean. You can't do. You need this to do that. And it's like, no, don't let them make you feel bad.
Yeah.
You try with your phone. You know what I mean. You can put something out special. I just want to do something different. Give. I want to push your phone to the limits.
Yes.
See what it can do. Push it to ultimate, just as much as I can.
And I think you have some sources. I know that like for Netflix, they have a certain standard of cameras that you have to use. But I also
Yeah.
think that they may be coming down to a smartphone, maybe let smartphone movies come on a platform
Yeah, they do.
like that.
Yeah, they actually do. I saw that they have rules and regulations. They actually do allow smartphones films to be made. It's just somebody has to go out there and do it.
Oh, yeah, that's true. I mean,
Yeah, somebody has to invest
I,
in doing it because most smartphone films are like 10 minutes.
yeah,
You know what I mean? No one's doing no more than 10, maybe 15 minutes. You know what I mean?
yeah.
That's not good enough to put on Netflix. You got to put like 2 hours or hour and a half,
I would love
So
to.
somebody has to invest the time.
I would love to see your series after you complete it. To
Yeah,
be
it's going to take some time, but I do have it laid out. I'm writing story scripts. I am casting people,
I would love it to be on Netflix. I would love it to be on Netflix, man.
Right.
And I know that's probably some of your ultimate goals is to get on the
Yeah,
larger platform.
with actual big budget and stuff like that. Okay. Yeah.
And, I think but what you're doing right now is definitely open doors for other mobile filmmakers to look at what you're doing and say, you know what? Wow, man, I don't have to go out and spend tens of thousands of dollars on all these high-end cameras because I have two or three devices, maybe, two or three phones, and I can maybe spend a few bucks on rigging them up a little bit and coming up with a thought
Yeah.
process, coming up with,
Yeah. Just don't have to do this.
yeah, and this go out there and have a story to tell. Look,
Yeah.
and I was thinking about like I ain't gonna lie to you. I'm actually myself working on some form of documentary for myself. So I
Hmm.
am doing something myself, and I'm using some smartphones, and I'm using real cameras, but majority of the B-roll and majority of the vlogging part of my documentary that I'm working on is going to be filmed on a smartphone. So I ain't
Yeah.
something like that. So
Yeah.
mine's go probably. I want to have mine completed this year. So I have
hmm
been working on it, trying to get some stuff together. Kind of hush hush. Not everybody in the world go hear it now, but yes, because I feel that I have a story to tell.
Right, right. Grab your phone, hit the record button. Don't hesitate, guys. Yeah.
I want everybody to understand, and HV man, you are an inspiration to people out there, the filmmakers out there that utilize smartphones, small budgets, that just want to capture the moment, tell a story, and I think you do
hmm
a fantastic job. And I want to be. I look, man, when you go to Hollywood, man, and when you
I'm
go to
having fun now,
Hollywood
right?
and get that Oscar, man, and you be featured on something like on Apple movies and stuff like that, man. Don't forget about the little man.
No, 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 no. All of you guys on the, you, Gigi, Sean, P. LaShawn, Barry, Mims,
I want the exclusive.
Scoop, shit. Yeah. Shoot.
I want to get the exclusive.
All of y'all.
Yeah,
Exactly,
man.
yeah.
So, man, listen.
All y'all keep me going.
For everybody that listen to this podcast, man, I will leave his links down in the description. Go check out his YouTube channel. Also check out Heroic Vision on Instagram, where he posts a lot of stuff on Instagram. And I don't see you too much on Twitter, but I know you're heavy.
Nah, I don't do Twitter.
So you're heavy on Instagram and definitely on YouTube.
Yeah.
But definitely check him out on Instagram and check it out on YouTube. Man, listen, any secret things you want to tell us, man, that you're working on right now? What you working on right now?
I am working on a script for the sequel, and it's going to be called Dreams and Nightmares. It's going to be, that would be part 2 of this. Dreams and Nightmares is the next script, and it's going to be following a character that you see at the conclusion of Nightmare City. And I'll be introducing more characters.
Okay. Great, man. Oh, man.
I'm going to have a lot of 80s. I'm going to have a lot of 80s themes. So you may notice some 80s music popping up in there.
That's going to be wonderful, man. Listen, man, I appreciate you coming, man. Oh, man.
Thank you for having me.
It's a pleasure to have you on my podcast. And for everybody that's listening, trust me, man, y'all don't know how hype I am to talk to this guy one-on-one, because I believe he's an inspiration to me and an inspiration to a lot of indie filmmakers out there that want to try to do something. Sometimes you don't need a big budget. Sometimes you don't need a lot. You have the filming capability in your pocket. All you have to do is sit down and do a little work and put it together. It's going to take a while. I mean, it took you 3 months to do a 25-minute movie.
Yeah, it's going to take. When you're one-man band, you have to do it all: film, edit, lighting, coloring. You know.
Yeah. Listen,
you know.
And I tell people this all the time. Like I just dropped a video not too long ago, and that video took me 2 days to make, man.
Yeah.
I mean, with the green screen and I got to type everything, and I was out in parks,
exactly,
B-roll and stuff like that. People don't understand. Listen,
and look at me. I got to cast people to play roles, and then I have to coach them for acting because they never acted before. Man, that's work.
You have to be on their schedules and stuff like that. So
yeah, exactly.
It is definitely a challenge, man.
Yes.
All right, so we gonna get on out of here, man. I really appreciate you coming, man. Another episode of the Tech Preacher Podcast, Uncut, HV in the building, baby. Listen, man, don't forget about checking this out on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, man. This is going up on YouTube every Friday. And check out the video version, man. And I'm gonna leave all his product links. I'm gonna leave all his links down in the show notes and down in the description if you want to check them out. It's a pleasure and a privilege to have Heroic Vision here on Uncut, baby. Wow, man. Guys, we gonna see y'all next week. Same bat place, same bat time, baby. All right. Appreciate you, man.
Thank you for having me.
All right.